Welcome back, fellow Jungle Heat comrades. We are in Clan Wars Season 2 Attack Episode 11. It gets more challenging every episode because now I have to kind of remember. And we're in a skirmish, and as I had been doing in the previous couple episodes, I've been going from the bottom up, and our next contestant is Alessa, a Tropic Thunder, level 195, so clearly a base that's going to be legitimate. Let's go ahead and see what we have here. Obviously the ion is going to be problematic. We have Spider, Inspect, Freeze Round, Inspect, Freeze Round, Strong Walls. We also have Surrounded by as a shield generator, which increase health 15%. And the ion station is 4600. What I'm a little bit apprehensive about is all of his monuments are defensive, so we need to kind of take a look and see what's going on here. And see if we can ascertain as to whether or not one of those monuments actually happens to be one that increases the health of the buildings. And the reason why that is important is because if you have max level airstrikes and you have 6 of them, the best you can expect to do in terms of damage is 750 per. So 750 times 2 is 1500. Multiply that by 3 is 4500. So automatically, I'm going to tell you straight up, it's just out of the question of being able to take out these ion stations with a max level shield generator. So if we scroll down, we find Alessa, his soldier, and he might have a different setup with his base, knowing that, and he does. In fact, if you look at this triangle, it was different. This is an entirely different setup, and if you don't believe me, his monuments are completely different, so I can't even tell what he's using. So basically what that means is no way am I going to focus on trying to take out that ion station. I don't have a chance. I do not have a chance in trying to take out the ion station, so I need to focus on the spider rounds. And so, in fact, if you were to go to the replays, and I'm not going to try and go through every single one, but I will try to scroll briefly, we can see what some of the other players in the attack history of this skirmish have put up against Alessa, and I suspect that nobody has been able to 3-star him, and I will hedge a bet that I will likely not succeed as well. So, as I scroll through, I continue to search, and here's our first one, 22 stars by our level 48, and I'll do 1 or 2 more. Here's another one, 10 stars, and here's another one, 10 stars. So I expect to maybe try and put up 10 to 15 stars, just knowing my level. So, nonetheless, doesn't hurt to try. Just try and try harder, right? Okay. We'll click attack, and we just gonna have to figure out which side we're gonna try and go to. It would be preferable to be able to get to the ion station, understanding realistically that that might not happen. So what I am gonna try to do is I am gonna try to deploy just one in hopes that I can try to break through. I'm only gonna deploy one right here, and hopefully the ion station does not go off. If it does, well, oh well. And it did not. So that is fortuitous, at least for the time being. I'm gonna let this guy go, and let's drop some airstrikes. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and he absolutely had HP going because I was only able to take the spider rounds out. So if I can try and get maybe just a little bit more of a gap, I might feel more comfortable in dropping them all. And I'm going to have to here soon, and I'm going to do it as soon as the next ion round goes. So let's wait for that. And there it is, and we are off. So we'll see if we can break through, and we're just going to throw everything we have and just pray that we're able to, because it's really important to try and get that ion station down as soon as possible. I mean, I don't really have any heroes left, so there's nothing more on my agenda except to try and to do what I can to make it as easy, but unfortunately with heroes and bunkers it makes it a little bit more difficult. So I'm down to 1, so obviously this is going to attack. This attack is going to fail. But I finished with 16 stars, and that's probably the best that I could reasonably expect to do in this case. So With that, this is a failed attack. Let's go ahead and surrender and see what our percentage was. And it's probably around 25, maybe 30%. Evidently it doesn't display, so you'll just have to do some simple math and take 16 divided by 50 to get your answer. So with that, failed attack nonetheless. That's expected when you do skirmishes. You're going to have at least 1, 2, maybe 3 really strong bases. So we'll see what we can do with the next one.